What's up, everybody? We are here with the Deeper Podcast
Deeper holiday week, man.
with Brother Rusty.
We
Holiday
are
week.
we are living our best lives here. Producer Caleb's out,
He
so
is out, man.
look at this, man. We've got equipment here.
Got a
I
camera
didn't want to pick it
rolling.
up because I was afraid I'd mess it up. Like I started to pick it up and then thought, let's not get too fancy. So yeah, Caleb's on vacay
Yeah.
this week, so just left us here to bring the spirit of Thanksgiving to bear
It's the best
upon
time
our
of the year,
brothers
man.
and
It's
sisters.
It's Christmas time. It's the best time of the year.
It's not Christmas time yet. What are you doing?
So I'm actually a huge Thanksgiving guy.
I love Thanksgiving.
I
man.
love Christmas.
Yeah.
It is my favorite. But Thanksgiving, dude, is so I
Give it its due, man.
I'm praying
like-
for the people who skip it.
So like I've already been Wednesday night we sang Thanksgiving carols. Did you see my poll on the Facebook page? Nobody did it. Nobody saw it apparently either. Thanks Facebook algorithm. But I just put like a poll, like what is your favorite Thanksgiving carol, and had like 2 or 3 random Thanksgiving hymns, and then the last option said I've already skipped to Christmas, and it definitely
Yeah.
won the poll.
Yep.
But
I like this one.
don't sleep on Count Your Blessings, man.
I like this one.
Yeah, what is that one?
Count your blessings.
Count Your Blessings. Yeah, I don't know why he went with the
He
hammer.
goes with
Just
it.
wants to do it, man.
Yeah.
Wants to show people who knows how to do it.
Yeah.
So, no, man, yesterday was so awesome. Thanksgiving Sunday is always special to me. I think it's, for whatever reason, I joked about it in the introduction to my sermon. I'm not really a sentimental guy sometimes, especially in the pulpit. But Thanksgiving Sunday has always been one of those seasons for me that I usually try to just encourage our church.
Yeah.
Because generally speaking, my preaching tends to be a little more confrontational or challenging. And I've just recognized that it doesn't always, that Thanksgiving is just one of those seasons for me where it's appropriate to just have an intention to stop and say thank you. So to just think about what God's doing in our church and tell the Lord thank you for all the many blessings that we have, because we are blessed, man. There's no
Yeah.
doubt about it.
Yeah, it was I had a weird moment yesterday, and I really just haven't even thought about it in a long time, really, or honestly ever, but I was I came downstairs to help with the Lord's Supper, and you were still up there talking, and everybody was still worshiping. And I stood in the back, and I was just like watching and looking, and I was like, I remember when I was a kid like junior high, going to different churches and seeing Sunday morning, seeing people worship and stuff, and then being like, oh, there's a lot of people in here. But like, I don't think of the people that are here on a regular basis because we do it every single week. It's routine, it's a thing we do. But sitting there in it for just some reason, I was like, oh my gosh, there is 250 people
Yeah.
on a November Sunday morning, Thanksgiving break, worshiping the Lord.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. Like it was a weird moment where I guess I don't ever like sit back and I'm able to see everybody,
Yeah.
because if I'm sitting downstairs, I'm usually in the middle. If I'm
I'm usually up
upstairs,
front. I
if
don't
I'm
always
upstairs, I
see.
can only see a few rows. And so yeah, it was a cool moment where I was like, this is crazy that we have this.
Yeah.
Like, why do we take this for granted?
No doubt,
It's
man.
pretty crazy.
No doubt. I love it. And yesterday was special. We did our Thanksgiving brunch, kind of a new, what I'm hoping will become kind of an annual tradition for us to just kind of stop down and enjoy some time together. We didn't have our Bible classes. We just kind of literally said, hey, let's just hang out. And it was super cool. So we got out of that and then into service where we observed the Lord's Supper, which was very special. Simple but meaningful and powerful, and yeah, it was just about as good a day as you could have, man.
Yep.
And let's talk about it this morning for a second before we circle back to the sermon and Thanksgiving in general. Where'd we go this morning?
We went to the Helping Place this morning
Yeah.
with Brother Terry and a few other volunteers.
Brother
and
Ronnie
Brother
from our
Ronnie was
church
there, and
some of our good friends from the Methodist
Yep.
Church and students from the high school were there.
and HS members. And
So
it was it was really sweet.
Yeah.
I'm glad we were able to go.
and we didn't. They're probably still working. We just kind of helped get some of the prep work, and enough people got there that we said we probably need to come and knock some stuff out here. But
Yeah.
if you don't know whether you are part of Central, or I know we have some friends from other churches here in Buna watching that support the Helping Place, I think there were about 90 boxes getting ready to go out today that are helping feed families. And what a blessing to be able to be just a small part of that today.
Full Thanksgiving meals.
Yeah, man,
Like,
we were making sure those boxes were full. They got everything.
you can think of.
Yeah.
They have in there, and I know that is a massive blessing for a family.
Yeah.
It feeds a lot of people. So
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
So yeah, it's cool to be able to be a part of that this morning. And then we kind of came here. We got a short week, so we're kind of Even though we're having a good time and there's not that much to do, we've got a lot of groundwork laid. We still kind of feel up against it. So,
Christmas time, man.
Yeah, we were starting to record this podcast, and we were like, okay. And with Brother Caleb being out, this is usually his deal to produce this and get it all over the air. So usually we do the talking, and he does the hard work to get it to you guys. But today, it's on us, bro.
Yep.
So here we go. But thankful for the opportunity to do it. Thankful for this podcast. We're approaching. We'll have to have a 1-year celebration when we get there.
We'll have to find out.
We got a few more months. I think it's February. Will be a year of Deeper podcast, which is pretty crazy when you think about it.
It's a lot of talking.
So let's talk Thanksgiving for a minute. Our sermon yesterday was really simple. We went to a passage in 1 Thessalonians chapter 1, verses 2 and 3, where Paul simply says he's praying for the church in Thessalonica. Specifically, he mentions his thankfulness for their work of the ministry, their labor of love, and their steadfastness of hope. So we just kind of talked about that yesterday. You can go check out that sermon. I don't really think there needs to be a lot of deeper talk on that, but I wanted to just talk Thanksgiving in general for a minute. Gratitude and how Thanksgiving and a spirit of Thanksgiving transforms our lives in powerful ways. You know, I think about, obviously, Thanksgiving eating will transform your life in negative ways. So if you eat all the time like it's Thanksgiving, people are like, let's make every day Thanksgiving. And I'm like, I don't know, man.
Absolutely not.
I don't know if your body can handle that. That's all I'm saying.
Can't.
Like, honestly, Bryce and I both yesterday feasted.
Yeah.
And we both today are
feeling
feeling the results.
Man. I was struggling.
So the struggle bus has hit both of us.
Yeah.
We have Thanksgiving too hard 3 or 4 days before Thanksgiving. I don't know what that says about us.
For the next 3 days.
Just gonna fast. Yeah.
Whoever made the strawberry banana pudding, never had that.
I've never seen it, and I didn't get to try it.
I ate way too much of that, and I am still messed up about
Yeah.
it. So whoever made it, it was amazing.
Thank you, but also what are you doing?
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I ate so many sausage balls. So I was in there like helping set up.
Yeah.
So as I'm putting stuff out, I'm like, I'm gonna try one of those. And then once everybody was set up, then I fixed a plate. So people are like, "You're not going back?" Yeah.
I think I ate 9 of those mini kolaches.
Dude, and then cleaning up, I end up eating too. It was wild, man. But we had such a good time. It was so fun seeing people there. Put a few pictures online this morning. We didn't get everybody, but man, just a little glimpse of what we did. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So what do you do for Thanksgiving? What are your plans?
Thanksgiving every year really revolves around hunting. Always make sure we get a hunting trip Thanksgiving morning, and we are on the road all day long. The road.
How many spots will you and Kate have to go to?
At least 4.
They'd be hitting it up.
4 different spots with all 4 great food. That's the hard part. So we've got it down a good bit. We're still working on it, but every place we pick out the best food, and we only get a little bit of it at each place.
Yeah.
And then that last place usually is the best food, and that's where we. That's
your
where
family
we go
or
down.
hers?
It's my family.
Oh no!
She knows it.
Next week we will talk about family dynamics and how to recover from.
Will also agree with me.
Yeah. So for us, it's actually simplified quite a bit. We will just go to Spurger, which I've been telling people. For us, Thanksgiving used to be a whooping because we would have to travel 10 hours to Southeast Texas
think about that. Yeah.
every year, and when you have 4 kids. By the time we'd get here, somebody's sick, just from the stress and anxiety and tiredness of the travel. And about the time you recover from the travel, it's time to tell everybody goodbye and go back. So, in fact, a lot of times we'd have to leave Friday to travel back to Wichita. So
get back for Sunday.
So it was like the challenge for me was I'm always the day before a trip kind of wound up. So the holiday itself, I'm sitting around thinking like, man, we should be on the road. What do we got? We got everything packed. Are we ready? Because it was just such a whooping. So for us, we're still coming off of that where I'll be honest, I have a little bit of anxiety related to Thanksgiving, and then I have to remind myself, oh, wait.
I get to drive 20
We're going to wait up and drive to Spurger and spend the day with family and come home.
Yep.
I think we're going back to Spurger next Sunday afternoon for round 2 of Thanksgiving with just my immediate family. But But it'll be kind of chill in a good way for us, so we're
Yeah.
looking forward to it for
That's
sure.
awesome, man. Yeah, I love Thanksgiving. It really is one of my favorite times. It's the weather's usually always pretty good.
Yeah, we're gonna have
And,
great weather this year too.
Yeah, I'm excited. But and the food, man. I mean,
Lots of
really, it's the same as Christmas, but it's
Pretty
just,
much.
It's
So
the
what's your
first.
go-to? What's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
The reason I say the last place is the best is because my grandma, my nanny, she cooks homemade dressing, and it's the greatest thing ever invented.
There you go.
So,
Is it like cornbread dressing?
yep, cornbread dressing. But she does something that she won't tell nobody, and it is the craziest. It's like it really. I think she cooks it for like a day. Like it's a long, elaborate.
Yeah.
A very, very old family recipe.
Dressing is a weird, subjective thing.
I've never been to a place where it's the same.
Yeah, it's
So,
very
That's
different.
what's cool.
And I like the dressing at my granny's house.
Yep.
My granny passed away a couple years ago, but they still make it, and it's
Yeah.
still pretty good. Theirs is kind of not real dense. Theirs is almost a touch liquidy almost.
So that's my nanny's.
yeah.
Yeah, so
and
it's
it,
got
and
a
it kind of
liquid
trips
feel.
me out
Yep.
because when I first, so story time for stuffing or dressing for me, the first time I ever had it, I never grew up eating it
I
for
didn't
whatever
either.
reason.
I
Okay,
didn't
this
either.
is weird. So I grew up not liking it. I was the classic. I'm gonna get some ham and some rolls.
100%.
at
And macaroni.
Thanksgiving.
I don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
if he had
We
macaroni.
didn't do mac and cheese
Oh,
at ours
see, we always
when we were
do.
growing up. We do now because one of my cousin-in-laws,
Mm.
was like, you can't not have mac and cheese.
Until
so
I
we
was
got it.
17, it was ham bread macaroni.
Yeah, so I didn't eat dressing, and I was working as a college minister in Dallas at a Baptist student ministry as a BSM director, and wanted to do Thanksgiving meal for our college students. So I got this lady, Miss Raynell, who she actually passed away this past year, a sweet lady at the church I was on staff at. I said, hey, could you make dressing for 100 students? And she was like, no problem. So she went and bought, and it was just pre-mixed stuff for that, but I go to her house to pick it up, and I walk in and said, Miss Raynell, thank you so much. She grabs the big spoon. You know, you got the little spoons of the big spoons. A big spoon gets a big spoon of it and says, here, try it. And honestly, I was too scared
To say, I don't
to
eat
say
it.
no to Miss Raynell. Yeah. So I'm like, here we go. And I eat it, and I'm like, this is amazing. Yeah, and this was just pre-packaged stuffing. So I guess the sage flavor or whatever's in it, I was like, this is incredible. What
Yeah.
have I... And so then, this is a few days before Thanksgiving. I go home for Thanksgiving, eat my granny's dressing, and I'm like, holy cow.
What is wrong
for
with me?
20 plus years. I'm like 20, I'm your age basically. I'm like, I have missed out on this. So,
That is awesome.
yeah. So,
Yeah, whatever the debate is, where you call it stuffing or you call it dressing.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting to me.
it's weird, and people are very tribal about it. But I'll tell you what, where I land, most of it, I like it.
Yeah.
I would love your Nana's dressing. Whatever they do at my house, I'm
Yeah.
going to like it. If you bought a box and made it in the oven and brought it to me,
It's
I'm
good.
probably going to be... Mallory does one that is her family recipe, and it basically is just cornbread that's seasoned really well. It's thick
Yeah,
and
yeah.
dense, has a bunch of chicken in it. I'm all about
See,
it.
that's how my
I
other
love it.
families is, and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But there's something about the liquid. The secret is you put it in the food processor.
Oh.
That's the secret.
It's really
It's
blended.
real thin.
Yes.
Dude, I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know, man. It's
interesting.
so good.
I'm going to send you a
But-
picture of dressing Thursday
Send it to me.
so we can compare dressings.
I'm so excited for Thursday because of
Is this the most
Oh my
passionate we've been
gosh.
about a topic on the
I love
podcast?
Jesus. I hope all of you get
It's
saved.
like in the
But
people are
Lord,
going to be like, wow, they got so excited. It's almost like
Thanksgiving week,
Jenny's.
man.
This is almost like Jenny's seafood
yeah,
special.
totally.
We're so evangelistic about it. So
Jenny's is great.
wow.
I'm just playing. I
I'll
like
take you
Jenny's.
next time. So
It ain't better
it's
than
fine.
Thanksgiving. That is so funny though that you said that because I'm glad I'm not the only one who for most of my life have
Late in life, we came to dressing.
only I literally would get like 5 pieces of ham
This is my
and
testimony.
4 Hawaiian rolls.
4 Hawaiian rolls. No, my granny would make some rolls, bro.
Homemade.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Dude. Yeah. Now it's dressing. I'll throw some cranberry stuff in
Yeah.
there. I will never eat. What is it? Deviled eggs. I will never eat deviled eggs.
I don't know that we do deviled
Not a big
eggs.
deviled
We do.
eggs guy.
There's always some chicken and dumplings. Almost always.
We're trying
at
that. We're
Thanksgiving.
trying that this year, actually, first year ever. But green beans, everything. Yeah.
What's weird is, as the family grew, so, I'm one of 10 grandchildren in my granny's family. So, all of us got married.
Mm-hmm.
So as we got married, there are different people who are like, what do you mean you don't have green bean casserole? Which we may had something like that. I don't know. I don't eat vegetables. But like mac and cheese was one of those. We never had mac and cheese. We just always had enough other stuff. And a guy named Micah married my cousin, and they're like, what? We have to have mac and cheese. So now we have mac and cheese every year. And somebody, I for sure don't like this, but some sort of special dolled up Brussels sprout thing that a cousin started bringing. So now that's there every year. Nah, I'm out. But so it's like weird as it grows. But of course you need all that food too, because now when we all get together, it'll be way over 50 people, maybe 60, 70 people. It's going to be crazy.
Lots of food, man.
Yeah, we're going to have a good time.
I'm actually going hunting Wednesday all day, and I hunt where we have our Thanksgiving, and so I usually always stay the night before Thanksgiving and then wake up, go hunt, and then just go to the house and all the family meets. But Wednesday, my grandma will be cooking all day long, and so I'm actually going to help her cook this year. I haven't got to help her, so I'm excited for it. It's going to be fun.
So Thanksgiving, food, family, very good things, but we want to end this podcast today not just talking about the goodness of food and family, but our faith. Yep. So all month we've talked about faith, the unseen reality that we walk in, the proof of what is unseen, the reality of our future hope in Christ. And Thanksgiving is just a time for us to sit down and acknowledge that together.
100%.
And that's one of the things that makes it so cool is we do stop just to do that. And I encouraged yesterday, I said, I know that it's a bit that may be cheesy for some families, the idea of everyone just saying something they're thankful for. I really think there's value to that bit, whether it's done at the massive family gathering or like you and Kate on Thursday night before you go to bed, or my family before we go to bed on that day, just to stop and say, hey, thank you, Lord.
Yeah.
Because we don't do it enough.
We don't, man.
And, I read somewhere, I think it was a tweet somebody said the other day, and this was not a believer. In fact, I know it wasn't. I remember who it is now. But he basically said this, that the opposite of misery is gratitude. And I thought, man, there's some power to that.
There is.
That when you're in the midst of tough situations, to start counting those blessings, to start looking at all the ways God has worked in your life, and it makes a real difference. So, man, in this season, no matter what you're going through, you may be in the middle of hard times, you may be in the middle of a really good season, but I want to just encourage you to be thankful, to take time to give glory to God for the good things that are happening in your life. And as the song says, it will surprise you what the Lord has done. It shouldn't, but it does, right?
It does, yep.
When you start counting those blessings, all of a sudden you're like, oh, yeah, that, like God
Name
is
them one by one.
So good to us, man. So count your many blessings, see what God has done.
Hath.
God hath done it, but man.
Well, that was a different podcast,
episode.
Man.
This is more just
Thanksgiving week, man. It's fun.
We're killing it. My kids are coming up here later to help us undecorate from Thanksgiving.
Nice.
Christmas decorations are already coming in, by the way. Like Caleb and Bryce and I stayed after yesterday for about 30, 40 minutes for various reasons. But we were decorating in there. Caleb was kind of pre-setting up. And I know Miss Casey, and there's some people coming to help her this weekend. So when you get here Sunday, it's going to be a beautiful kind of Christmas look in here, and we're excited about that.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
So
can't wait. We're doing Advent this year, which will be new for us as a church. Advent is a Latin word that just means coming. So we're thinking about the coming of Christ. So excited to think through that in a unique way in 2024.
That'll be good, man.
It's going to be legit. So, hey, love you guys. Hope you have a really happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Get some dressing, y'all, and we'll see you here soon.
Send us submissions of your dressing. We'll see if it's good or not.
Let's compare all the dressings, all right?
I'll talk to y'all later.
All right. Love you guys.
Bye.